Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Pharmacy Northeast region. Hello, good afternoon. It is officially afternoon, right? Alrighty, so we're going to do color matching today. Renee, I want to thank you very much for the invite. I greatly appreciate it. So I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about myself, and while I'm doing that, please drop in the comments where you're from and how long you've been with pharmacy. So I live in Ohio currently. We are originally from Pennsylvania. Even lived in Oklahoma for a little while. We've moved quite a few times in the last 6 or 7 years. So we have landed in Ohio for right now. Hello, Renee. Hello, good afternoon. Please say hi as you guys hop on. I can see comments, so that's a good thing. I was very concerned. I was very concerned about not seeing comments. So anyway, between my husband and I, we have his, hers, and ours. So between my husband and I, we have 4 daughters and 5 grandchildren. So hello from Connecticut. Hi, Susie. Let me know how long you guys have been with pharmacy too. I'm just kind of curious. I was with pharmacy a year in May, so. But this is my full-time job, aside from being my 14-year-old's taxi driver, because she has a job in town, so I'm constantly running her back and forth. So yeah, and that is a good part-time job because I do run her a lot. On a typical day, I make 3 trips in town because I'll go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So I'm putting more miles on my truck now than what I ever have. It's a little crazy. So, okay. Hey, Hebron. Hello, Jessica. Hi, Shirley. So we're going to go ahead and get started. If you guys find anything interesting, any little nuggets, anything, that you think that you might want to share with your teams, please feel free to share this into your chat, into your groups, whatever. I'm also going to record this because I know I have some girls outside of the Northeast region, and I'm sure probably most of us do. So if you want a recording of this, if it was something that you want to send to somebody else, just let me know and I can send it to you. Is my lighting okay and all of that? We're all good to go. If you guys have any questions, just drop them below, but I will, whenever I'm finished, answer a few questions if anybody has anything that I didn't cover or that you have additional questions on, whatever. So the first thing is deciding what foundation your client needs. So before you even get to color matching, you want to make sure that you're giving them the right foundation, whether it's one of our powders, the BB cream, the CC cream, our new fabulous VFX, or if they have oily skin, you can go with the Stay Matte. So we have lots of different options. So that's the very first thing that you want to make sure that you do. And I make it a rule that I never, ever, 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 ever sell a foundation, whether it's a powder, BB cream, anything, without a primer. You always need to prime. If you guys don't know why you need to prime, it makes your makeup look better. It makes your skin look more flawless, and it also protects your skin. It kind of fills in your little pores and things so that none of the yucky nasties can get in there. So, but you want to put it on and leave it sit 3 to 5 minutes and then put your foundation on. But always, always, always prime. I did not use a primer before I started. I originally was with Unique. So, but before that, I didn't know that. So always make sure that you prime. We do have 4 different primers. The green and the purple, I do have both of those, but I will tell you, I don't use, nor do I recommend that people put either one of these all over their face. I get especially whenever I'm tanning in the summer, my nose gets very red. When I tan, I get more red than I do brown. So, I don't know, it's odd. But anyway, didn't you? I had no idea. I'm sure I'd heard it and I thought, why do I need to do that? It's just an extra product. But when you know why, then it makes a big difference. So I do put the green on my nose or anywhere that I might have some redness. Sometimes I get red in my cheeks too. And the purple is for brightening. So that's a really good one to put under your eyes if you have dark circles and didn't get enough sleep the night before or something like that. So that's that, in my opinion, is what those are for. If you use them all over your face, you're really, truly changing your skin tone. And so that throws off your whole foundation game in color matching. The other thing is, I do want us to start fresh. We have, when FARMASI was new to the US, I know when I started, there was, I think it was called Foundation is the website that you can type in one foundation and what it converts to and the other foundation. But it is really good to start fresh. First of all, people's, your skin changes throughout time. So just because you wore such and such number at one point doesn't mean you're going to wear it now. You don't stay the same shade and the same color always. So it is better to start fresh. And I don't know if you've noticed or not, but in our graphics that have the old shade and what it converts to, the old shade, there's like one here, and it either goes, hi Pam, it either goes to 2 or 3 different shades. So how do you know which one of those to pick? So it is better to start over with a fresh look and brand new when you're color matching someone. Now, if they're just reordering, that's fine too. I do also want to say, pay really, really a close attention to whenever somebody is reordering a foundation, especially in these VFX, they've reused some of the numbers and they're not the same number that they were. So make sure you're double checking with your people whenever they are reordering. So the biggest thing I think in color matching is skin tone. And I think that it's something that a lot of people miss. My own personal opinion, for 40 years, I could not understand why I could never get the right shade of foundation. It was always orange or it was always yellow. Does anybody have that problem? Or it's always too pink. Like I just could never get it right. And I didn't know why. I mean, I was a, grocery store, wasn't Walmart, but whatever, CVS, Rite Aid. And I would buy and buy and buy, and I could never get it right. It's because it was skin tone. It had nothing to do with shade and everything to do with skin tone. I am super, super cool toned. A lot of people are super warm toned. Your heritage is what defines that and where your ancestors are from, quite honestly. So there are a lot of graphics and a lot of things out there that tell you different ways to figure out whether you're warm or cool. Hey, Chels. And my favorite, and the one that leaves no room for interpretation, is the vein test, okay? So you want to look at the veins in your wrist. They should be either very clearly blue, which means that you have pink undertones and that you are cool, or very clearly green with yellow undertones and you're warm. If they're purple or you really can't tell and look at them in the daylight, then you're neutral and you can kind of go on the middle of either one. One of my problems, okay, sounds great. Thanks, Chelsea. One of my problems always was I couldn't get my foundation pink enough. I'm very, very pink toned and I just couldn't get it dark enough. So now that I know that, it makes life a whole lot easier. So a lot of the tests will say if you look better in silver jewelry or gold jewelry. Well, if you look better in this color of clothing or that color of clothing, we're not trusting ourselves and trusting anybody else to know whether they're warm or cool, so we're going to trust them to know whether they look better in gold or silver jewelry. You know what I mean? It's a preference. It's what you like, but that doesn't mean it's necessarily what you look the best in. So I feel like there's a lot of room for interpretation there. So that's why I really like the veins, because you can't interpret that. That's the color of your veins. So the color swatches that you use to color match, I like to have those marked with warm and cool and neutral. I have saved some of those for the Stay Matte and for the new VFX, and I will post those in the comments here. I'm going to post several graphics for you guys. But it is really important that, first of all, they're swatched on skin, and second of all, that you know whether they're warm or cool. And some of them are neutral and they can go either way. Now, I can't necessarily wear a neutral because it's not quite pink enough. I had that problem in the old VFX. I wore it 03 and it was too yellow for me. It was the right shade, not the right tone. So I'm thrilled with all of the new selections of the new shades. Sorry, I'm very nervous, and so I'm just tell me to slow down if I need to slow down. um, so number 2, we need to get a selfie of this person, and you need a really good selfie, and there are several rules, and I am going to post a graphic about this that you can literally send this directly to your customer, so that they know, and your client, so that they know exactly how to take the picture and send it to you. Being that I have moved, thank you. Being that I have moved so many times, most of my customers are not even local. So in order to color match in person, like that would never happen. So I'm very, very thankful that I can color match from anywhere and can do it on the phone, just with pictures. So you want to make sure that they have no makeup on, and you want to make sure that they're standing toward a window during the daylight and that there aren't any shadows. You also want to make sure you are capturing this whole area. You want their neck and their décolletage and a little bit of their chest along with their face, but you're really color matching this area right here. And you want to make sure that it's not in direct light. You don't want the sunlight beaming in the window at you, but you want to make sure it's daylight outside. You know, the problem with evening pictures and with the lighting in your house, they could be warm bulbs, they could be cool bulbs. It will completely change your skin tone, your skin shade, everything, depending on what the bulbs are in your house. So that's really not what we're going for. And I do know, I mean, I've had it as well. I have people that say, oh, I don't want to take a picture, or can't we do it without a selfie, or I don't have any, or I don't like any pictures of myself, whatever. It happens. And what I say to them is, you know, I understand that. I completely understand it. It's not going any further than me. And if it does, I'm cutting their face off anyway. I'm not going to send it to anybody needing help with their face on it because I'm matching right here. So I say to them, you know, it's not going to go any further than me. And I do completely understand that. But just so you know, that's the best way to get the best color match is with a photo. I mean, if you try to match an old shade or something like that, we can try, but there's no guarantees. This way, we're sure we're getting the right one. So I try and put it at them that way because nobody wants to get the wrong product and mess with having to return it and get it back and forth and back and forth. So that usually works for people, but it won't always, just so you know. And some people, you aren't going to get a picture the way that you need it or want it, even after you tell them, even after you send them the graphic. And we just do the best that we can. But your face is sun damaged. Even if you have always worn sunscreen, your face is sun damaged. And that's why we like to try to match this area, because it never gets quite as much sun as what your face gets. So this is the better area to color match. So the next thing that I do is I take that, thanks, Chels. I take that photo of them and I take my swatches of the foundation that we picked. And I put those in an app called Photo Collage side by side. And I blow up their picture so that you can just see from here to here. And I also blow up the other picture so that the colors are right next to their skin. I mean, there's nothing in between, right? And you can usually see right then which one or ones are close or match, or, I mean, you'll be able to see it right there. So I save that photo. I look at them and decide, okay, first of all, you can only pick the cool ones. First day, we'll talk about me. So we're only looking at the cool ones. So I think 03 and 05 would probably work. I would be leaning towards this one, but they could go either way. The other thing you can do is also make it black and white. A lot of people like to make that collage black and white because it does sometimes pop, like right there it is when you make it black and white. You're not looking at colors, you're looking at how dark it is. But in doing that, please, 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 please go back and double check your warm and cool, because it might be the right shade, but it might not be the right tone. And when you have it in black and white, you have no idea. You have no clue what the tone is. So if you're going to do black and white, double, triple, quad check that you're not selling them the wrong tone. Okay. That's the only thing that with the black and white that kind of scares me. I see people doing that all the time and I'm like, oh, and I don't want to tell every single person and comment on every single, but please double check the warm and the cool. So then I send that collage to the customer and I say, well, I'm thinking 03 or 05. I really like 03, but it could be 05. What do you think? You want to put that ball back in their court, okay? You want to give it to them to decide. You want to throw it back to them. Number one, it lets them be involved in the process. Number two, oh no, you're kidding. Is it a bad connection for everyone? How am I for everyone else? Oh no. Renee, I did see your little circle pop off and back on. Oh, how about everybody else? Give me some, I don't know, hearts if we're good. Can you guys let me know? Oh, you're kidding. Well, now what? That's not good. Is it still glitching or are we back now? I mean, I know that I'm hooked up to my Wi-Fi at home, so is it okay now? Okay, tell me and I'll hop off and come back on if we run into problems again, okay? I don't usually have issues. Yeah, the black and white. If you make the photo black and white, you can't tell about the tone. So you always want to make sure that you are double checking, triple checking, quad checking your tone, your warm or cool, because you can't tell in a black and white picture. And I don't want somebody to just color match off of a black and white picture, off of the right shade, but not the right tone, if that makes sense. So then I send it to the customer and I say to them, it's looking like 3 or 5. I'm leaning towards 5, but it could be 3. If we're going into winter, you might want to pick the lighter one of the 2 if there are 2 that line up. But what do you think? Always, always, always throw it back to them and ask them what they think. It gets them involved. Number one, you're not just being bossy like, hey, you need number 5. I always throw it back to them with a question. The other thing is, if by chance it's wrong, they were part of that process of picking it. If you use all of these steps, you are not going to get it wrong. You are not. I promise you, if you follow these steps, I promise. If you follow these steps, you will not get it wrong. There's no way you can mess it up. There's no way. Okay? I promise. But you can let them choose whether you want the darker one that matches or the lighter one that matches if it's kind of in between. The other thing that I do often, and I'll give you an example because I do it. In the winter, I use 01 BB cream. I get so pale, this is almost too dark, okay? In the summer, I use 03 BB cream and it's almost not dark enough. So, you know what I do? I sell a ton of both. Because then the other months, September through October, November, and then in the spring, you mix the 2, right? Yeah, I do that a ton. Okay. You also can do that with the VFX. You pick one that's darker, one that's lighter. Stay in that cool or stay in that warm family, but you go one lighter, one darker, and then you can mix those 2 and you will get the perfect match every time. As you're getting a little more tan, you add a little bit more of the dark, then you do the light. I mean, it's so customizable that way. It's fantastic. I love it. I just think that's the best. That's the best thing that you can do whenever you're color matching. Plus you're upping your sales. You already added a primer, right? Now you're going to sell them 2 foundations instead of 1. Don't ever get in their pocketbook. You never know. Boy, I showed my age right there, didn't I? In their pocketbook, in their wallet. You never know. And they may be spending 60 bucks, 70 bucks, 80 bucks for a foundation. You have no idea. So you never know what somebody's going to spend to make themselves look better, right? You don't know. People shock me all the time. So you also want to remind them, no matter what, there is a satisfaction guarantee. It's a 30-day money-back guarantee. It is typically where the customer mails it back. Or if I order a lot of times for my customers. I have older people sometimes that don't want to order themselves, and I will place the order for them with a direct ship, or I order here for a bulk order and deliver them if they're local. And so in that case, I would be the one returning it because I'm essentially the one that bought it. But either way, you can get it exchanged for the right shade, or if they're just not happy with it, it can just be returned. We don't want to just return it, though. We want to exchange it for something that's right, right? Right. Okay. So, am I clear and we have no glitching now? Does anybody have any questions about color matching? And are we clear, I guess? Do we understand the difference between tone and shade and why they're both so super important to get the right color and the right foundation for you? Does anybody have any questions? Because I just ran right through that. I mean, you know, that was pretty quick, I think. My red Solo cup. I have fancy cups. I don't have to worry about breaking them then. Good. Okay, so now you are officially trained in color matching. Like, you're trained. That's it. Go back and watch it again if you need to, but that's everything you need to know to color match someone. That's everything. I mean, there's lots of little wee details, but you can do this. You need to be confident that you can do this. Now, the other thing, sure, absolutely. The other thing is there are, your upline can help, your side team can help, whatever. And we're always there to help. I will help you if you message me. However, the whole point of doing this training is so that you know, so that you're confident, so that you can do it. And with these tips, there's no way you can't. There's no way you can't not do it. I know that's not right, but you know what I'm getting at. You are, and you can do it. You just have to have faith in yourself, have confidence in yourself, and yeah, so we'll go from there. I do have a challenge for you, but let's go over the skin tones again. If you want to write this down, it's really, this is all I just scratched down for people, okay? Blue veins, you have pink undertones and you're cool, okay? Green veins, you have yellow undertones and you're warm. If they are purple or you can't tell, then you're neutral. And you can kind of go either way as long as the shades aren't super pink or super yellow. Neutral's the best way to be. It really is. It's the best. If you're neutral, you have definitely got it. So yeah, absolutely. Okay. So I have a challenge for you, right? Does everybody feel knowledgeable and trained and you can all go out and color match now? Okay, I want everyone today, or whenever you watch the video, I want you to either post, go live, do a video and put it in your stories, don't care. Some way, somehow. Several different ways you can do this. You can say, I just had a training on color matching and we have the best foundation that I've ever used. Who wants a free color match? Okay. Or you can say, did you see our new VFX foundation? It is non-transferable and it is my favorite product that we have. Can I color match you for free? Okay. You got what I'm getting at. Pick your favorite one. whichever one you like. If you like the CC cream, do the CC cream for Pete's sake. Do it. Don't assume, that is one tiny tidbit, don't assume the numbers go in order. The CC cream, 04 is warm. All of the other BB and CCs can be neutral, they can be cool, they can be warm because they blend so well. But that 04 in CC cream is warm and it is a little bit different. So make sure if you're color matching CC that you're using the actual swatches on skin. Okay, that's one to watch. But all of the rest of the BBs and the CCs, they're simple to color match and really, really easy. So pick your favorite one. Whoops. Pick your favorite one, go talk about it, and offer to do a free color match. Hey, people like free, right? So even if it's just a color match, they're going to be shocked to know that they're warm or cold. I will say 90% of the people that I color match, they have no idea if they're warm or cold. And I do start out asking them that. Do you know, are you warm or cool toned? And they're like, what does that mean? I'm so sorry. I have my phone on Do Not Disturb, but for some reason, it doesn't filter out calls. So I have no idea. Anyway, so that is really all I have for you. If you don't have any more questions, final thought, have faith in yourself, have confidence in yourself. You are trained. You can do this. You can rock it. I'm so sorry. I don't know why it doesn't filter out calls. It never has. I don't know. It's weird. But I am super, super honored to be here. Renee, thank you so much for inviting me. I was very nervous, but it went well. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. And I thank you so much for your time and that you took a little bit of time out of your day to join us. So, all right. I hope everyone's having an awesome Tuesday and I will see you later. Get out there and color match, guys.